that every job is going to have some sort of disconnect, and one of the things that you're going to need to do is figure out how to minimize that going into the job or after you start it. Now I want to take a bit of a right turn here and talk about using the myIDP to set goals, because that's the other key feature of the myIDP. We really love it when people use it to set goals. Some of the national funding bodies are starting to require the use of myIDPs, and this specific tool is being, they're enhancing it so that it can be used to demonstrate that you're completing your myIDPs, and so you can provide it to your PI. But we want the tool to be useful. So we want you to use it, but we want you to get something out of it while you use it, ideally. So how many of you are familiar with this acronym, SMART goals? Anybody? Just a couple people. So this is a concept, I believe it comes from the business world. So it's a way to set goals that are going to be most useful to you. And SMART stands for specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. And by setting the goals in this way, you have a much greater chance of actually achieving the goals that you set out to do. So I'm going to give you some examples, but you can use this concept to accomplish tasks. So you can use it to get your paper written. You can use it to get that experiment done. You can use it to develop skills, whatever technical or soft skills it is you might be wanting to develop, like communication, anything like that. You can also use it to gain knowledge. And the specific basically means don't be vague when you set a goal. Measurable, you need to set an actual metric because otherwise you will not know if you finished it or achieved it. It needs to be action-oriented, so specify what task it is you're going to do. You have to make sure it's realistic because nobody wants to set goals that are unrealistic because that's depressing. So set yourself up to achieve it. And you want to make sure you set a deadline. That last one is really important because for some reason academics are terrible at that. So here's an example of a goal. This weekend I'm going to clean my apartment. Yeah. Except it's none of these things. It's not specific because what do I mean by clean? It's not measurable because I won't know if I'm done. I guess it depends on how meticulous I am or how OCD I am. It's not action-oriented because it doesn't set out actual specific tasks. It might be realistic, but you don't know how messy my apartment is, so you have no idea. And it is somewhat time-bound. You know, you can kind of infer it's by the end of the weekend. But this is a lot better. By Sunday at 8 p.m., I will dust the living room shelves, I will scrub the bathtub, I will vacuum the floors. So this is a really simple, like, just to wrap your head around all of the different pieces of specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. So we're going to practice this. So I want you to take, so you can do one of two things. Either take a skill that you ranked low on your myIDP that you want to develop, or you can just think of another goal that you have, you know, another specific thing you want to accomplish. It could be in your lab, it could be in your degree, it could be at home. Something that you'd like to develop in the next year. Something you'd like to do in the next year. And set a SMART goal for developing that skill. So take a minute to write down your goal and how you're going to achieve it. And I'm actually going to